Here's my take on a Nashville hot chicken sandwich. We're going to take a couple chicken thighs, hit it with salt and pepper, and throw it in the fridge. In bowl 1, we have buttermilk, an egg, and hot sauce whisked to combine. In bowl 2, we have all-purpose flour and any seasonings you want to add. And in bowl 3, all of these things for our spicy oil. Pat dry the chicken, then we're dredging dry, wet, and dry again. Once craggly waggly, we're going into some hot oil until golden brown and crispy. Now we mix the hot fryer oil into the spices in bowl number 3, and while it's still hot, the chicken's going to take a little swim till nicely coated, and then we just throw it on a homemade potato bun with pickles. Cheers!
If you want crispy, juicy fried chicken but hate all the dredging steps, this recipe is definitely for you. First, we're going to pierce our chicken to let that brine infuse to keep them nice and juicy. Whisk in salt, black peppercorn, garlic, bay leaves until combined, and brine your chicken overnight for best results. Next, in a large bowl, combine 2 cups of flour and cornstarch along with your dry seasonings. Then take a cup of your seasoning and mix with cold water to create a wet batter. Then dip your brine chicken in the wet batter and let the excess drip off. Then immediately pack it into the dry mix. Let that sit for a few minutes while your oil heats up and fry at 350 for 8 to 12 minutes or until that chicken reads 165. Let cool and enjoy.
Or you're trying to make crispy, saucy, fried garlic parm chicken wings? Alright, let me show you how. First, clean your chicken like always. Use salt, water, and vinegar. Now get your flour and your starch. Trust me, that's going to make it extra crispy. Now you want your seasoning. Get you some garlic powder, white pepper, salt, and paprika with some oregano. Now you want to season your eggs, mix it up, and coat your chicken in the egg and then the flour. Now work in your salt, get your butter, olive oil, garlic, W sauce, Italian seasoning, half a lemon, and some sweet chili. Don't forget it. Mix it up. And please don't start with, I fry hard on the first try. Okay, Johnny boy, you want a cookie? If you want it extra hard, double fry it. Trust the process. Mix up your sauce, fry your chicken. I know you heard that. Sauce them up and voila. Sheesh.
Yo, this is how you make Korean fried chicken. Ooh. 500 grams of chicken thigh. Boom. Half a teaspoon of salt. 1 tablespoon of garlic. Little bit of black pepper. 1 egg. And a cup of potato starch. We're gonna add a little bit of water. Be careful, guys. Whenever you guys are frying it, throw the chicken away from you. So 2 different ways to go about it. You either can make your own sauce or get one of these Jones at Fun Table. 3 tablespoons of gochujang, 1.5 tablespoons of soy sauce, 1.5 tablespoons of garlic, and 6 tablespoons of ketchup. 3 tablespoons of sugar, and 6 tablespoons of corn syrup. We're going to double fry it. All right, we're going to finish it with some sesame seed. Yo, when you're in a rush, you ain't got time for all this. Just grab one of these Fun Table sauces. Bing, 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 bing. And just like that, you have Korean fried chicken. Yo, sale. Okay, Fun Table. I see y'all.
Let's make some fried chicken.
If you like your wings super crispy and not covered in sauce, you need to try my crispy 5-spice wings. They're juicy, crispy, sweet and spicy, and so good. Start by marinating 2 pounds of wings with salt, white pepper, soy sauce, grated garlic and ginger, and sesame oil for at least an hour, but ideally overnight. Then mix 5-spice and Szechuan chili powder with paprika, salt, and sugar and set aside. Next, mix together equal parts flour and cornstarch with salt, white pepper, and baking powder, then dredge your wings well and let them rest while you heat your oil to 350. We're going to double fry these wings in batches. First for 6 to 8 minutes to cook through, then again for 1 to 2 minutes to get them super crisp. Drain, then while they're still hot, toss with the spice mixture and enjoy.
This crispy fried chicken burger is the perfect takeaway recipe. I just started by popping into my local Aldi to pick up all the ingredients. I got home and began by marinating some chicken thighs in milk, salt, pepper, garlic, paprika, cayenne, and a little bit of hot sauce. I then covered this over, popped it back in the fridge, and then moved on to my breading. This is really easy. It's just plain flour and then all of the spices that we've already used in the marinade. So garlic, paprika, cayenne, salt, pepper. Once the chicken is marinated for a good amount of time, I then dip it into the flour. And then the key for really crispy fried chicken is to dip it back into the wet mixture and then back into the dry mixture. I like to do this like 2 to 3 times until you achieve all of those little wrinkly bits that are going to really crisp up when you fry this. In the meantime, I'll just make a little spicy mayo, which is going to go perfectly with this spicy crispy chicken burger. I then fry the chicken for 5 to 10 minutes. I toast up a brioche bun, add a little bit of sauce, go in with the chicken, lettuce, pickled gherkins, a little bit more sauce, smush it all down, give it a chop, listen to that crunch. I hope you guys give it a go and let me know what you think.
Are you trying to make crispy hot honey fried chicken tenders? Alright, let me show you how. First, get you an egg, some flour, and some water. Shout out to Gids for this method. Whisk it up. Now take out your tendon, use a fork and a towel. Now brine your chicken, well clean it with salt, water, and vinegar. Now let that sit for a bit. Get you a flour and starch, add some salt, pepper, garlic powder, paprika, oregano. I already know. Whisk it up. Now get your chicken, season that too, mix it up, add in the flour, egg batter, and back in the flour. Like that, fry one time on 325 for about like 3 minutes. Now you want to work with your sauce, get your butter, hot sauce, W sauce, and half a lemon. Let your chicken rest, add some paprika for color, add some syrup and honey, whisk it up. Now fry your chicken again on 375 for about 2 minutes, sauce them up, and stay tuned for the next episode. Sheesh!
These Korean fried chicken tenders may have been one of the best I've ever made. They're so juicy and crispy. Glaze with that sweet and spicy sauce. Let me show you how I make it. To a pound of chicken tenders, mix your spice blend and season your chicken. Let that sit, then in a bowl add flour, salt, and the rest of your seasonings. Next, make your wet batter by combining flour, egg, and cold soda water and mix until smooth. Add a bit of extra soda water to that seasoned flour to create more craggly bits with your hands. In a separate bowl, dust with plain flour, then into the wet batter, and then into the seasoned flour and pack those tenders in well, and they should look like this. Fry them off for 4 to 5 minutes at 350 and remove. Then double fry them for another 1 to 2 minutes to get them super crispy. To make the sauce, combine soy sauce, sugar, honey, gochujang, Korean chili flake, rice vinegar, and water. Stir, then cook over medium-high heat until thicken, coat your tenders, and enjoy.
This is my take on chicken karaage, and it's the only recipe you'll ever need.
Game over.
Start by cutting up some boneless chicken thighs into bite-sized pieces. Hit it with some grated garlic and ginger and the rest of the marinade. If you don't have or want to change something I'm adding, always feel free to adapt a recipe to how you'd like. No matter what you add, it must pass the smell test, and once it does, marinate to your heart's content. While the chicken is in its beauty slumber, make a simple dipping sauce with mayo, yuzu, sesame oil, and garlic, making sure to taste as you go. We'll also hit the chicken with this dry seasoning, and trust me on the curry powder, it gets a little party going on in the mouth. Adding an egg and some potato starch to the chicken gets this gluey batter that'll help the potato starch stick. And make sure to really squeeze in that potato starch when coating. We get the signature karaage crunch with the double frying method. First fry at 325 for 90 seconds and crank up the heat to 375 and fry for another minute, and immediately toss in that seasoning. Serve with the sauce and we're good to go.
I'm sorry, mama, but we are not eating Chick-fil-A anymore. We're making better now, because I'm like that. First, get your chicken thighs, cut them up, season them up. Now get your flour and starch. Use the same seasoning. I got y'all. Now add in the eggs, get it nicely coated. Now add into the flour and let it rest. Now fry it on 350 for 3 to 4 minutes and 375 for 1 to 2 minutes to get it extra crispy, you know. Just your butter, olive oil, garlic, herb, and some parm. Mix that up, sauce them up, and voila. Just look at it. Sheesh!